Ready to savor some mouth-watering poutine while strolling through Quebec's charming cobblestone alleyways? Let's discover why this city is a must-visit for your next adventure. Hey everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to check out Quebec City, Canada. It's a great spot for your next mini retirement or an extended getaway. The reason I'm choosing this one is, one, it's right here in North America, so that's nice. But it feels like stepping into an old European town. Cobblestone streets, old buildings. It's got a unique French touch, and it is a city known for history and architecture. So why am I saying that this is a great place for your next mini retirement or an extended getaway, or if you're somebody who works digitally and you can live anywhere while you're working? This city combines old world charm with modern conveniences. There are rich cultural experiences from museums and galleries to festivals, and there's great food. Plus, the landscape, it's just gorgeous here. So whether you're going to stroll through Old Town, enjoy the art scene, or explore the countryside, Quebec has something for everyone. So let's get into some practical details though, if you are going to come for an extended stay. We'll talk a little bit about rental costs, healthcare, and visas, which that one would be really quick. So let's just get that one out of the way. The good news for US citizens, if you're planning an extended stay here, you're not going to need a visa. You can stay for up to 180 days. So that is 6 months that you can enjoy, use it as a home base, explore around, and no extra paperwork. So that's pretty nice. So we're going to get into the more important aspect that I think, since we don't have to worry about visas, and that is your housing options and the approximate costs. So whether you're looking for a charming historic home or a modern condo, there is something here for everyone. So that's really nice. First up, let's get into those costs. On average, you can expect to pay around $1,200 to $1,800 Canadian dollars per month, and that'll get you about a 1-bedroom in a nice neighborhood. If you're looking for something a little more spacious, like you want a 2-bedroom, the prices are going to be more like $1,500 to $2,500 Canadian dollars. There are several kind of neighborhoods. I mean, this is a pretty small place when we're talking about Quebec, the city. However, just to break it down a little bit, if you're looking for somewhere with a lot of character, you might want to consider Quebec City's historic homes. They're going to have beautiful architecture, unique charm. You're not going to find that in a modern building. And they're typically located in old Quebec, so you're going to be surrounded by that history and culture. On the other hand, if you prefer something more contemporary, there are plenty of modern condos available in the areas like St. Roch. These condos offer all the modern amenities you can want, but you're still in close proximity to all the action in the city. All right, so since we talked about the rental costs, let's dive a little bit more into the overall living costs here, because understanding the living costs can sort of help you budget just how long can you be on this extended getaway. First, we're going to talk about food. I have very fond memories. My parents are French Canadian, so I mean, I've been in the US my whole life, but I guess technically I'm Canadian. But I have fond memories of going to Quebec pretty much every summer. Anyways, got off topic. We're talking about living costs, but when I said food. Anyways, so there's everything from little local bistros, markets, mid-range, high-end. You want it, you're going to be able to find it. If you're looking for a meal at, say, like a mid-range restaurant, you're looking at 15 to 25 Canadian dollars. So this is actually going to be a little bit more affordable than compared to our major US cities. Transportation. So this is another one that's yay. The public transportation is efficient, affordable, easy, and the monthly pass is like maybe 90 Canadian dollars. Obviously it changes here and there, but it's really easy to use. And if you prefer walking, like I do, this is a compact city, pedestrian friendly, so you can explore everything on foot. So yeah. Don't need a car unless you're doing an excursion, which we're going to talk about. And then entertainment. There are so many festivals and activities and street performers and museums and galleries. A lot of that is going to be free to low cost. So you're going to be able to be as active as you want without breaking the bank. So that's pretty cool. Let's talk a little bit about healthcare. So whether you're staying for a short time or an extended time, which I think would be great, you're going to find that they have a high quality healthcare system and several well-equipped hospitals right here in Quebec City. And the really good thing is most of the healthcare professionals, doctors, nurses, they're bilingual, so they're speaking both French and English, so communication isn't going to be an issue. So overall, this is going to be affordable, especially if you have travel insurance, and you're going to find everything reasonably priced. Again, when you compare it to the US, pretty much anywhere else, it seems that it's priced a little bit more reasonably. So let's dive a little bit more into why I'm saying Quebec City is a perfect spot for an extended stay. First up, it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I think I have a secret bucket list of exploring all the UNESCO sites. I don't know. Every time I'm doing some research, I'm like, oh, I've got to go see that. Anyways, you can stroll through Old Town and you feel like you have stepped back in time with the cobblestone streets, the charming shops, and the historic landmarks like the Chateau Frontenac and the fortified city walls. They're still there. It's great. They also boast a vibrant art scene. You're going to find numerous galleries, theaters, street performers, like I mentioned earlier, and lots of festivals. They have a huge one in the winter, and this is one of the biggest musical festivals in all of Canada. And they have a summer festival, and these both attract people from all over the world. And the food, I know I mentioned it earlier, but I don't know that Canada is like at the top of somebody's list of excellent cuisine, but it's here. And so you can explore. So the poutine, if you don't know what I'm talking about, because I'm pronouncing it so badly, if I describe it, you're going to be like, why are you raving about it? But just trust me, you have to try it because it is basically French fries, squeaky cheese, and a gravy. And there's all sorts of renditions on this, but you can find everything from a little cafe where you can have that to the high-end restaurants offering gourmet experiences. So there is something to satisfy every palate. And if you've watched anything I've done, you know that I am not a foodie. I'm not adventurous in food. I will travel all the way to Korea and still go to McDonald's. So, but I can say it is here. And my husband will appreciate it, even if I won't. Outdoors is the life. And we'll get into kind of the weather and when to go and everything. But between the festivals and just all of the street performers, and it's just alive. And it's just a great place to stroll through. And it's going to be a perfect home base to go and see some other things that might be typically further away from your home. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Montmorency. I know I'm not pronouncing it correctly, so I'm going to write it here somewhere. But these falls are located just a very short drive from Quebec, and they're even taller than Niagara Falls, so they are something to see. You can take a cable car to the top, and you're going to have some stunning views. There is a suspension bridge that's a little more thrilling. And since you're going to have the time, there are plenty of scenic trails. So it's perfect for a day trip, and you can do that multiple times, exploring different trails each time. Then there's the Ile d'Orléans. Again, not pronouncing it correctly, I apologize. I have more French in my background than Spanish, but je ne parle pas français. This little island is known for its picture countryside. They have local produce, so you can basically drive around the whole island. So remember when I said earlier, the public transportation and walking? For something like this, you might want to rent a car. Lots of homemade goods, artisan shops. So that's fun, and you get much more of a rural experience of Quebec. And so you can use it as a home base and go explore all these other ones. And there's plenty of other areas nearby. I didn't even get into Montreal and all that you can explore that's close to Quebec. All right, so when is the best time? I don't really like extreme heat, so the summer here appeals to me because it's not an extreme heat like some desert experiences. When we talk about summer, the warmest you're going to get is maybe 80 degrees, so 60 to 80. So ideal for outdoor activities. I will say, however, even though I think it's ideal temperatures, so do a lot of other people, and kids get out of school and all those things. So summer is the busiest time, which means more tourists and kind of typically higher prices. So keep that in consideration. I will talk about winter. I don't think this type of level of snow is for me. But if you're into winter sports, this is the place for you. So the temperatures are going to drop down to about 5 to 25 degrees Fahrenheit. And it becomes a winter wonderland. It's gorgeous. And if you are a skier or a snowboarder or want to get into dog sledding, winter might be the season for you to go. Spring, absolutely gorgeous. It's starting to warm up again, 30 to 60 degrees, blooming flowers, and there's fewer tourists, so you're going to have a little bit more quieter, more relaxed experience. Now, the spring can bring rain, but it's just a great time to explore because, like I said, it's a little quieter, not hot. Last, but certainly not least, is the fall. From September to November, this is a whole different kind of beauty. Since I don't live on the East Coast, if you do, you might be used to it, but the foliage, foliage? What do you call that with the leaves? Foliage. Doesn't sound right. Anyways, you know what I mean. Like all the leaves are changing colors, so you can take long scenic drives and just enjoy the beauty of that. Temperatures are going to be about 30 to 55, so you're going to want a sweater or something, but just gorgeous. And again, not a high tourist season, so a little quieter, more peaceful experience. All right, so let's talk the pros and cons. First up, the pros, as always, this is a beautiful, safe, highly walkable, yay, city. You're gonna love the charming streets and the ease of getting around without a car. Plus, it's got a very rich cultural heritage, and so you have that old world charm, but the modern amenities. And the community here is friendly and welcoming, so you're gonna feel right at home. However, there are a couple of potential challenges to consider. I'm sort of saying language barrier, but French is the primary language spoken in Quebec, so English speakers might face some language barriers. Most people are bilingual, they learn it in the schools, they speak it better than I do, but it's always helpful to learn a few basic s'il vous plaît, merci. It's going to enhance your experience. The other consideration is the winter. I know that I had it up talked about it in the seasons. I will just say that it is very cold, very snowy. So if you're not used to that, it's something to consider. When you start talking the average winter temperatures being in that 5 degrees to 25, that's a whole nother world for me. However, if you enjoy winter sports and activities like that, this could be in your pro list rather than a possible con. Okay, as we start to wrap this up, let's quickly talk about travel times and travel time differences. Basically, like I said, this is a place right here in North America. We don't have to worry about visas, and we don't have to take a whole lot of time to get there. So if you're in New York, we're talking about a 2-hour flight, Chicago a 3-hour flight, LA maybe about a 6-hour flight, and Quebec City is on the same Eastern time zone as New York. So no matter where you are in the States, there's really not much of a time difference. So overall, easy to get to, easy to get back home, and not really much of a time difference, so you stay connected to everybody. I have a prejudice that this is a fantastic place, and I can't wait to have a longer stay there. But I want to know what you think. Have you seen these falls? Have you ever considered Canada as a place for your extended stay? Please let me know in the comments. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch. See you next time.